Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Tabernacle Christian School head softball coach Gene Branham. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome back, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, so it's been a couple of weeks plus a spring break in between since we last met.
Right.
We've got a number of games to talk about, so let's get right to it.
All right.
So back on March 18th, you traveled to Pineview and you beat them handily 13-0. Tell us a little bit about that night.
Well, we was hitting the ball. They had a pitcher that she pitched it in there. We hit the ball well.
Right.
I was able to last two innings. I was able to put a substitute pitcher in.
Okay.
And, McKinley Book, and she had never pitched in a game before.
Wow.
She's been taking pitching lessons, and she closed it out for us. So
that's excellent.
That was good for her.
Good for her. Good deal. Then on the 20th, you blasted Tuscaloosa 19-8. What a great game. Tell us about that one.
I was very surprised. I think I mentioned in the other show that, you know, Tuscaloosa always has a respectable softball team, and they still do.
Yeah.
They was down their catcher, who is she's a junior, but she is a big time leader of the club, and she had the flu, and we was able to take advantage of a lot of things, and generate some runs, and you know, before I knew it, we was up a lot more than I figured we was ever going to be against them.
Yeah, quite a few.
Notable thing about that game is Lainey Vernon, our number 42, she had 2 home runs.
Fantastic. Congrats, Lainey. Last Thursday, you lost a tough one to Clay County Christian. That was a difficult time after 2 huge wins to have a little bit of a letdown, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a heartbreaker. I have a rule when we travel that far. That's almost a 2-hour drive.
Wow.
I have a rule that we can't take naps on the way home, on the way down there.
On the way
the girls
down.
would get real sluggish.
Right.
I think some of them might have snuck in a nap. we kind of started off slow and had some errors, and it was a tough one, but Clay County's respectable.
Okay, so Monday you played at Heritage and got back to your winning ways. You walloped them 13-2, and then they came here, and again you beat them, although this was a very tight score, very offensive-minded score, 16-15. Talk to us about that one.
So on Monday, I have never played Heritage. So Monday I started Shelby, our main pitcher, and she dominated like she normally does.
Right.
We hit the ball really well. Another note: Adeline Barber had her first home run ever. Well, she's hit it in practice, but first home run in a game. So we hit the ball well there. Yesterday they came to us, so I started out with substitute pitchers. We pitched all 3 of our substitute pitchers.
Wow.
And they hit the ball pretty well off of our girls, and we walked some. So it was a lot of runs on both sides.
Okay, good deal. Well, you came out with a win. That's the important part.
That's right.
So you're 7-1 right now, playing really well. The girls are doing great. What do you attribute that to?
Young leadership.
Okay.
We have, like I mentioned in the other show, we have some young players, but they're very softball minded, and play high levels of travel ball, and we have just good leadership.
Yeah, good.
And they're coachable.
Right.
All the girls are coachable. A lot of, I was talking to one of the dads last night. I see all the girls improving
That's fantastic.
as the year goes on.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. So we've got a number of games to talk about that are coming up, and we'll do that right after this message.
PrepsNet Coach Speak with Tabernacle Christian School head softball coach Gene Branham is proudly sponsored by Campus Traditions. Go Torches!
And we're back. So, Coach, next up you have First Assembly coming here. You're playing at home on the 14th, and then you're following that up the very next day. You travel to Tuscaloosa. What do you think you'll see from Tuscaloosa differently this time?
Well, one, that we're going to be at home, at their place.
Yeah.
They always play different at their place.
Okay.
Plus, I expect the catcher that I mentioned, I expect her to
She'll
be
back.
And
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot less opportunities to have our fun on the bases.
Yes.
With her,
Okay.
I promise.
Okay, gotcha. Then on the 17th, you play Russell in Mississippi. This will be your first meeting of the year. What do you expect to see from them?
Good softball.
Yeah.
Good
team, huh?
I expect to see them. All 9 hitters will hit.
Wow.
We will have to have an errorless game.
Okay.
To compete with them.
They're pretty high level this year.
They are.
Okay, gotcha. And then finally, you've got Cornerstone on the 21st. You played them back on March 14th. And what do you expect to see this time around?
Nothing different.
Okay.
Even if we're at their place, I expect we can go take care of business with them.
Okay, good deal. Coach, we're quickly approaching the end of the season. We're almost there.
Right.
I mean, we're right at it. Let's talk about the players for a minute. Who's got the hot bat? Who's pitching well? Who's doing well overall?
I have several with a hot bat, but the hottest is Lainey Vernon.
Okay.
I just expect every time she comes up, she's going to hit a double, triple, or a homer.
Nice. Fantastic.
She's doing really well.
Yeah.
Shelby Sanderson and Genesis Drennan, they're both big hitters.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Adeline Barber. She has really improved with her on her big bat. I like to use her on small ball because she's so fast.
Right.
But she's really been hitting the ball hard.
Yeah.
And it's making it tough to let her bunt. So
yeah, good deal. Glad to hear it. So it sounds like everybody's clicking along. The team is on top of what they're doing, and we can't wait to see how this thing shakes out. So that's our show, Coach. We appreciate your time, and as always, we appreciate yours. Join us again in 2 weeks for another Tabernacle version of Coach Speak.